Hey, it's Charles, Success Freaks Living Out Loud, finishing up Dragoncon at day one. You know, I really meant to actually do this in front of a Dragoncon poster. I'll try to do that tomorrow. It's just kind of late, got talking to my wife, ready to go home. I'm hungry. Been a cool day, been interesting. Man, it's an all new experience. I gotta tell you, the entire Success Freaks team could come to this thing and never see each other. It's just overly massive. So many tracks for you to participate in, including this year a puppetry track, which I found interesting. It's a definitely different experience than the major thing I've experienced, which is New Media Expo, who has sent me here, so plugs to them. New Media Expo, Vegas, 4th, 5th, and 6th. I've been talking about them all day and doing a couple of interviews that once those get put up through them, I'll let you know how to find them. But yeah, man, I get lost in it, and I kind of need somebody who's passionate like Noverton about gaming to take me to the gaming track. I need somebody who's passionate about, I don't know, costumes or the fighting or the celebrity of it all, to take me through it, to show me around. I was hoping my good friend Kristen Nedopak would be here this year, and she's not able to make it. She was supposed to show me around and show me her world. And I am standing in, you can't quite tell, I'm standing in Marta station, waiting for the train to come. I have no idea what they're saying, I never listen anyway. So, gotta say, I felt a lot of my element to start with. Got in, I'm offering help and nobody's wanting help. I'm like, hey, I got in a little late because the line apparently had some technical difficulties last night with registration and people couldn't pick up their badges. And even today, I got there in plenty of time to get to the kickoff for the podcasting track, and I had to wait in a line that wrapped around the building. But I got to tell you, once it got started running, it moved. It did pretty well. They're doing their best to keep things running. They're doing a pretty good job. Last year they had 52,000 people. So, kudos to, if you have some hiccups, you're making it through. Then I had to walk 3 or 4 blocks to go to the right hotel to get my badge. For you, Nolan. There you go. For you, all access pass, whatever. It's not all access, it's just, it's 4-day pass, whatever. Then I had to walk another 3 blocks over to the hotel, because it's in 4 hotels spread out over 4 to 8 blocks. I didn't map it out exactly, but they're not next door to each other, not connected. So I walked down to the Hilton, where the Hyatt where the podcasting stuff is, and finally found the right room, got in a little late, asked a question that everybody loved, reconnected with Brian Ibbett of Coverville. He and I have circled each other for years and somewhat kind of friends, and we're talking about things. But then I met the director of the podcasting track, offered help, and yeah, we got it. I'm just not used to that. I'm not used to offering to help somebody be awesome, and they go, no, thanks. Offered that a couple of different times to a couple of different people, and it was like strange to them. They're like, isn't somebody doing that? I'm like, I just saw, like in one case, offered to take pictures for the guy. I saw his personal camera there. I said, hey, if you want, I'll take some pictures for you while you're doing it. He got this weird look on his face, like, wouldn't so-and-so taking pictures? Like, I'm sure they are. I just saw your camera. I thought you might want some personal stuff. And it's just like offering help is just the weirdest thing anybody's ever heard here. Yet, at the same time, all the podcasters who are on the panels are offering help like nobody's business. Had a weird, interesting story. I'm in the second panel. I'm sitting there, and they're doing it's how to make money with the podcast. And I recognized 2 of the podcasters. This other guy came in, kind of Renaissance Festival-ish, and he starts talking about the different shows he hosts. And I started going, wait a minute, that sounds familiar. Now, I knew his name. I'm going to talk about that in a second. But I knew who he was. I mean, I've known who he is for a long time. And I texted Morton. I was like, hey, who was that friend of yours that had that little podcast and gave us her name, Success Freaks? And he's like, it's Mark Gunn. I'm like, I used some 4-letter words, and I'm like, you effer. Are you kidding me? How did you not share this name with me? how did you say it? I mean, he totally posed it as this guy he either met at the Renfest or he kind of knows him, and he has a podcast. He just played it down because that's what Mark Gunn does. Mark Gunn does not act like a superstar, but he is. And I'm like, holy crap! So, of course, I plan on talking to him afterwards. I think the train's coming, so I'm gonna have to wrap this up. So anyway, I ended up talking to him afterwards. He said, say hello to Mordant. But yeah, Mark Gunn, one of the founding fathers of podcasts, gave us the name Success Freaks. Anyway, here's the train. It's going to be loud and packed, so I got to go. That's Charles, living out loud.